Hi everyone, it's Stacy from PeonyLaneDesigns.com. Have you subscribed to the channel yet? If not, click the little blue button. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, comment down below, like this video, and click the bell icon to be notified. Woo, we got the B team lighting today. I have my lighting all out for taking pictures of Victoria's archery team, so I've got like my backup lights. We're gonna sit this direction. Yeah, so sorry, it's a little shadowy today. Ordinarily, I have lights of... If you want to start a YouTube channel, invest in good lighting. And then don't let anybody let you take it out because it's a pain in the butt to get it back in. I have more pictures to take, though. We got a couple days of bad lighting. Sorry. I got a new product. It's new to me. It's not new on the market. It's new to me. I paid for it. Not sponsored. Hashtag not sponsored. Victoria tells me I have to say that now. I have to say not sponsored. I have no sponsors. Anyway, it's redesigned tissue paper, decoupage paper. So I've been seeing it everywhere. And I see them and they do it. They're like, and I'm like, I bought this. And when I opened it, you guys, it's like fabric. Can you see it? Like, it's not like regular paper. They call it tissue paper, but it's not like you'd go to the store and buy tissue paper. It has like a fabric-y texture. Can you see that texture on there? You can see like all the little, feels like fabric. I want to use it. Look how pretty this is. With like the wood and roses and, right? And I have another new project, hashtag not sponsored. I wanted to try the all-in-one mineral paint. Silk all-in-one mineral paint. So this is from Dixie Belle. I've never used Dixie Belle. I know, there's going to be like hate. There's going to be hate down there. Primarily because Dixie Belle started out with chalk paint, mineral paint, like everyone else, that kind of Annie Sloan type paint. And I had used a lot, and I had a lot. I represented a brand. I don't represent a brand anymore. I actually don't like chalk paint. I don't like mineral paint. This is a mineral paint, but it's an all-in-one. That's why I wanted to try it, because it's got the top coat in it. I'm all for one step. I am all for one step. So supposedly it's primer and top coat built in, and the color is conch, which is this light. It's really bad lighting. Pink. It's a pink. It's a light pink. I'm just reading the bottom now. But yeah, so I want to try this, and I want to try this, and we're gonna try them together. So what I paint this on, this is getting put on, and I have the project. You ready for this? It's a tray, obviously. So this tray I picked up at a thrift store that no longer exists. I remember this thrift store. They closed some time ago, and I've had this. It's actually been on the shelf back here. I have two more like trays. So for a while there, I was painting trays like crazy, and they were selling like crazy, and then they just stopped selling, so I stopped painting them. So they've been sitting on my shelf forever. Well, I really like this tray. I like the size. I like the handles. Whoever painted this actually did a really nice job. This was clearly one of those paint your own trays that you can get made out of pine, and you can tell by the unevenness of the painting. You see it? See it? See it? See it? So whoever painted this just kind of slapped it on the sides. But the stripes they did were really nice. Like, they did like this stripe pattern. They did a really nice job. It has seen better days. I don't know if it got scratched here. I don't think so. I think it was scratched when I bought it. So it is what it is, right? They didn't do a bad job. It probably looked really pretty on their table for a really long time. But it's going to get a makeover. It's going to get a makeover with the Dixie Belle and with the redesigned paper. So I'm going to put the paper in here. The Dixie Belle on the sides. We're going to have to paint the whole thing. Otherwise, I believe these stripes will show through. So we're going to put that primer to the test. First things first, though, is it needs to be sanded. I mean, obviously, we can't leave that like it is. The bottom is coming off in different places. So we are going to give this a new life. I think trays are nice, but I'm like, my husband hates them. We all have that husband, right? He's like, I just live with orange crates on the floor. What do we need all this stuff for? We need this stuff because I'm not sitting on orange crates on the floor. I mean, he thinks like cinder blocks are great. They would live in squalor without us, let's face it. They would literally be like, the cinder blocks will do. That's a table. But, you know, I would put this on a table with like maybe a vase with some flowers and, you know, it's just a pretty thing. We just like things that make things pretty. And in his mind, that serves no purpose, so it doesn't need to be there, right? That's a boy thing. I'm going to get like $2.99 price tag off this. Back probably 7 years ago, 8 years ago, I would paint these in white or turquoise blue and they would sell. Like boom, boom, boom. And then one day, I couldn't sell a tray. So I think it's time to give it a go again. And see if we can, and if not, I like the tray. I like the paper and the paint. So if it doesn't sell, I'll keep it. And really irritate my husband. I should get him some cinder blocks. All right, I'm going to sand this down. So I'm not going to film that. It just gets dusty and the camera gets all crudted up. So let's not do that. I'm just going to sand off all of the textured parts where they kind of glob the paint on and get this prepped, and then sand in here to get rid of this stripe texture because there is a definite line between those. So I'm just going to smooth out the whole thing. That's all I'm doing. So I'm going to grab my sander and do that, and I'll be back. A lot of it just started coming off, so that's not good. But I hit it with an 80 grit to get rid of the texture, and then I went down to a 220 grit to get it all smoothed out. So it's all smooth now. And then I washed it with vinegar and water to make sure it was clean. It is as clean as I can make it, I think. This is going to put that primer to the test because there's red underneath here, as you can see from sanding it away. And it's starting to actually bleed through here as well. So let's hope their primer is really good. I've never used Dixie Belle before. This is a first. And I'm hoping, I want it to work, you guys. Like when I try these products, when I try new products, like it's got dust on it now. I want them to work. I want this to be like the best thing I've ever tried, right? And sometimes they're just not the best thing I've ever tried. And then you guys hear about it. But that's why I'm not sponsored by Dixie Belle, I guess. I'm not going to come on here. You all know this. You all know this. I have said this multiple times is I will never come on here and just be like, hey, I've got this really great product I've never actually used before, but it's the best thing ever. I've never used this before. We don't know if it's the best thing ever. We're about to find out. And this will put it through its paces, that's for sure. Because it's got raw wood now. Raw wood covering paint, covering a dark paint, covering a pattern. Let's try it. Let's find my brush. I dropped it on the ground because I do. Got my favorite. Now, these are my favorite, not sponsored. I know. You guys keep telling me about the zebra brushes or zebra brushes. Zebra. I don't know. But this is my Purdy 1 inch. I like my Purdy's, guys. They hold paint really nice. I have not popped on the zebra. It's good. I don't have them here. First of all, my hardware store doesn't have them. So I have to order them. But I keep going, why? When I love this brush so much. I love it so much. I am going to get the camera angled down here so you can see me paint. Should I put a table up? I should put a table up. I have it on like a bench and it's really low. I'll put a table up, then it's better for you guys. See, that's better. You can kind of see what I'm working on here. So here's the silk Dixie Belle All-in-one. Of course. Ah, more hoops to jump. Ooh, it's got like a skin on it. Hang on. Ew. Well, hello. This hasn't been opened, but it's got a big old skin like it has been. Yuck. That's not good. I gotta smell it. It smells funny. What's that smell like? I don't know. Okay. I'm just going after the surface right away. It's pretty. I liked the pink when I saw the sample that the lady had at the store. So there's a store down from Vintage Junkie in Forest Lake. I think it's called Remodeled Relics. And they sell it there. And I went in to talk to her, a very nice lady that was working there that day. And she showed me the different samples. And I really liked this sort of pinky purple. I don't know. It's a dusty rose. Let's put it, you know, millennials call it millennial pink, I'm sure. But it's dusty rose. It's covering the stripes. There is a textured bit here for some reason. I'll have to see. We are going to decoupage over the top of this, so I'm not going to worry too much about that textured piece. It's covering. It's good. It's really good. You don't see the stripes. So coverage is good. I was a little concerned about the stripes. So I've had a few new followers from Minnesota pop on. Want to know where I live? You're not going to stalk me, right? Originally, I'm from Wilmer. So for those of you who are like, where are you from? I'm originally from Wilmer, Minnesota. Represent Wilmer. That's where I was born, in Rice Memorial Hospital. Hi, Wilmer. And I now live up by North Ranch. So if you're going to stalk me, just know that I'm quite violent at times. If you see me out in the wild, so if you're from Minnesota and you're watching this and you see me out in the wild, it's okay to talk to me. Don't creep around behind me. But if you see me and you're out thrifting, it's okay to come up and talk to me and just go, hi, Stacy. And introduce yourself, because I would love to see you guys out in the wild. I know you're out there. We're going to run into each other at some point. But if we happen to be at the same thrift store at the same time, just say hi. Don't be afraid. I'm getting really, I'm streaking. Look at that. Lighting is so bad on this side. So you guys are getting full light. On this side, it's super dark because I don't have my other extra light. Anyway. And then I turn it and I can see where I've missed spots. I'm like, oh, missed a spot. Oh, missed a spot. It's a very pretty pink. I thought it would pair well with the florals that are in that piece. I'm hoping the colors, I'll have to see. I'll have to lay it down and see. You know how when you get two pinks and if they're not right, it's really not right. Like one's too purpley and one's a little too red. I'm hoping that's not the case here. I hope they're pink, 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 pink. And they can play nice with each other on this piece. Otherwise, I have literally done a butt ton of work for no reason. We're going to have to figure out something else for this piece. All right, I think I'm going to let that dry just because I don't want to pull off paint while I'm trying to cover up spots. Let's let that dry. It's starting to dry. It's become super cold here now, so we're done with the wet melting, drying time issue. I didn't get up here. Yeah. Texture. That looks terrible. That looks terrible. I'm gonna let it dry. We'll come back to it. I'm gonna get rid of the skin that came off the top of it, and we'll come back. Okay, so it's like way late at night, and I just got the second coat finished. I had to be a mom. So the painting is done. This is going to dry, and you'll just have to come back tomorrow and see how it does. But it covered really, really well. I'd use it again. I'd use the Dixie Belle again. However, do I think it's better than latex paint for the price? No. I don't see like this huge... This was very expensive. Like this cost me, this little, how many ounces is this? Did they even say 16 ounces? Cost me the same price as the gallon of Magic Gray. So I can get a lot more out of the Magic Gray than I can out of the 16 ounces, but it does the job. I mean, it's covering, it's doing the job, it's pretty, but it's not like, I don't get it. I'm gonna get hate. I know I'm gonna get hate. It's a little sticky there. A little spot right there. Blend it out, blend it out. I don't want that to show. Okay. I mean, if I got it for a decent price, like if I was at a garage sale and somebody was like getting rid of their Dixie Belle supply, I'll buy it. Don't think that can't happen. That's how I got the all-in-one paint in the Mediterranean blue that I love so much. Garage sale. Woman was like getting rid of it. And it was a whole big thing of it. And I was like, oh, I'm in love. So, I mean, I like the all-in-ones because we're done. Like, once this dries, this is done. I shouldn't need to clear coat it, which has it all over the chalk paint. And I don't know. I have not, like, researched this silk. The silk all-in-one mineral paints. Like, do they claim that you don't have to prep the surface, all that stuff? I'm going to say it over and over and over again that you will not be sorry you prepped the surface. It doesn't take that much. It's that little added insurance. And I mean, I get it. There's people that don't want it. They just want to get in there and start slapping paint on stuff. But if you want it to last, just prep the surface. Okay. That's my sermon for the day. But I'm going to let this dry. And then tomorrow we're going to go after it. So I did take the, I did look at the paper next to it. Looks great. Before I put the second coat of paint on, I laid this down in there to see how it was going to look. It's going to look fantastic. So hopefully this is as nice as I think it's going to be to lay down. I don't know. Have I used a decoupage paper like this before? Because if you remember correctly, this is the one that's like got the texture. You saw it earlier in the video. I don't recall. I know we've tried a lot of products here. So I maybe I have. I don't remember it though. I don't remember using a product like that texture. So I'm interested to see how it's going to go down. If you remember me doing a video with that, please let me know, because I don't recall using anything like this. Like, I pulled it out expecting it to be like tissue paper, and then I was like, it's got fibers. Like, it feels like cloth, actually. It's like a very thin cloth is what it feels like. It doesn't feel like paper. It's definitely paper, but it doesn't feel like, I don't know. I don't even have a piece of tissue paper. I'm like trying to find, do I have any tissue paper? No, but it doesn't feel like tissue paper. So I'm interested to see if it cuts down on wrinkling. So like the biggest issue people have with decoupage is wrinkles. And I'm wondering if this being a porous paper, I mean, it's definitely porous paper. You can feel from the texture that it's not a solid sheet of paper. All paper is probably porous, but you know what I mean. If that lets the air bubbles up and makes it easier to decoupage, it'll be an experiment for tomorrow. But as far as the Dixie Belle Silk paint is concerned, I like it. I'm not going to go out of my way to spend that kind of money for it, but I like it. Does that make sense? I have no hate. There's no hate. Just for what I do, and having to paint so many pieces and at a premium price, or I have to pay premium price for paint, it's going to have to be like a customer request for me to use that paint, because I can't afford it. I mean, you're trying to make the most money you can off each piece that you do, so you got to get the best bang for your buck. And for me, it's latex and usually oops paint. I mean, I don't buy a lot of brand new, like this Magic Gray, the brand new Magic Gray that I bought. That's an anomaly. I mean, everything else here came from the oops paint. I haunt the oops paint sections of every store around here. I think they know me. Like I walk into Menards, and you walk up to the paint section, and those ladies are kind of like, you know, they're like, can I help you? And then they see who I am and they go, oh, yeah, how you doing? Yeah, good. Anything good back there? Make friends with your paint department. Moral of that story. But there's no hate as far as the Dixie Belle goes. I mean, it's nice. It's working out really great. It covered those stripes. I was worried. I'm not going to lie. I was worried that the stripes were going to show through and that it was going to be a process to cover them, but it wasn't, and I'm very happy. So I'm very happy with how it turned out. Thanks for watching, you guys. We will finish this up tomorrow, and as always, happy junkin'. Bye! Visit my blog, peonylanedesigns.com, for more tips, tricks, and inspiration. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll be notified of new videos. I post every week DIY tutorials and, of course, more junkin' videos.